What is up, everybody? Kyle here, back again for another Jakks unboxing video. The most exciting unboxing videos on the internet and on YouTube. My daughters might say an LOL girl unboxing or a Shopkins surprise unboxing or something is more riveting than this, and I think they're wrong. You tell me in the comments. What would you rather watch? Come on. But we're going it back. We're going old school. We're going to open up two Adrenaline 2-packs today. Jake and Jesse, the Gemini, and Davari and Muhammad Hassan. Two Adrenaline packs that I think are must-haves. As Jake and Jesse, this is their only figures that were ever released. This is the only Muhammad Hassan figure we got. Davari, the only figure in a suit we got when he was the manager. So, you know, for those of you, and there's a lot of people out there that want one of every figure, you got to have some of these. This Gemini one for sure, and then this Hassan and Davari. Two stellar figures that I think are finally getting some of their just due. We'll get into that when we talk to them individually, but stay tuned. Let's unbox these together. Alright, let's start the video unboxing Jake and Jesse, the Gemini. The all-time winners of any, I don't care what toy line we're talking about, but the year 2006 when these came out, these were the ultimate peg warmers. I think you could find them at every single store, at least in the Midwest. There was no missing this 2-pack. This warmed hard and I think was selling on shelves up till 2009 probably. Still to this day, probably one of the cheapest Adrenaline 2-packs, as unfortunately the Gemini were just kind of forgotten in the whole grand scheme of the WWE. Obviously two very, very plain figures, and when these are sold to kids, well, kids don't want two guys like this. They want, like a young Kyle, they want face-painted wrestlers, they want masked wrestlers, they want giants, they want something different. Not just two guys in black trunks that kind of look like a Stone Cold or Goldberg knockoff. I know some people in their childhood fig feds used these as Stone Cold or Goldberg. Probably Goldberg a little bit more often when they were playing with them. But like I said, these warmed hard for a long time, unfortunately, for Jake and Jesse. So there they are, a little bad glare there. My apologies, but we know what they look like, unfortunately. Just black, and basically the same thing with different head sculpts. And not even that much different. A very cheap product for Jakks to produce, that's for sure. Just being different heads, and the heads are really not that different. So there it is, but you can see the back. Promoting Adrenaline and Deluxe Aggression. No belts or rings being promoted right now. Adrenaline Series 21. The Gemini, of course, Booker T and the Boogeyman, Mikey and the Big Show. Deluxe Aggression Series 4, Boogeyman, Mr. Kennedy, Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin, Rob Conway, and Chris Masters. So not a terrible set as far as that Deluxe Aggression goes. Some of my favorites. Those are a forgotten line that I don't think gets the love they probably should. But let's open these bad boys up. Let's see what all the fuss is about. I never owned the Gemini in my life. And I'm not going to be able to tell them apart because their nameplate stickers wore out. So not even sure what's going on and who is who. But I know they both love blue chairs. That is obvious from the accessories. They both can sit together, the same chairs. There's going to be no fighting between brothers. If we would have got a black and a blue, who knows what would happen. But let's open them up. See you later. And like I said, the exact same figure, just a different head. A little stickiness on the knee pads. Yeah, both knee pads got the unfortunate Jakks sticky disease. I'll have to take care of that with a little packing tape. That is the trick that I use. Jake, we're going to call this one Jake. I'm probably totally wrong. He's got the Fit Finley, I'm looking down at my feet disease. There's Jesse. I don't know. Very, very plain figures. I don't know what there is to talk about on these two. The exact same. There's the trunks on the back. They got, I guess, the little Gemini logo. I don't know. It is what it is at this point, but that is it. Jake and Jesse. The peg warmers of the century. Probably the #1 peg warmer of the Adrenaline series. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Did you see any others hang around like you saw the Gemini back in the day? Can you even remember 14 years ago to what the shelves looked like? If you can remember 2006, you remember these guys sitting and hanging out. So that's it with these two. Let's open up Muhammad Hassan and Davari. All right, here we are. Adrenaline Series 14. Davari and Muhammad Hassan. Another one that peg warmed, at least in my area in the Midwest, for quite a while. I'm not sure how it did in your neck of the woods. This just wasn't a really popular 2-pack. I don't know if it's because of the Davari being a suited figure. Sometimes suited figures don't go over too well. I think that was the case with this one. On the back, we're doing Ruthless Aggression Series 15. Carlito, Jonathan Coachman, Mark Jindrak, Gene Snitsky, Big Show, and Christian on the back of that one. Also putting over the ring and the belts. You know, it's hit and miss. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But there's that on the back of the packaging. You can see the front of the packaging. I'm not a big fan of that Paul Bearers type mold where it's got the cloth good tie and stuff. I prefer the rubber to the ties and the collar. I think it just looks a little funny. I know what they're going for, but it is what it is. You know, Muhammad Hassan, he comes with, it looks like a headband, a white headband. I don't know why he wouldn't come with the traditional garb down there, circa Sabu or the Iron Sheik or something. I know they had those things made. Why not use those? Maybe it was just because of the time. This was back in 2005. Obviously, 9/11 was only a few years before this, and that was kind of the pushback with the character, a lot of it. You know, it was a pretty heated thing back in the day. If you were around to remember it, or I'm sure you've watched it on the WWE Network, for example. But there it is. There's the 2-pack. Let's open it up. Let's compare it. Let's see what we got going on here. Open the bad boy. There we go. See you later. Let's see. Come on. Love that crunch and crackle. Ooh. Got everything? Yep. See you later. Up high. Very good. Davari and Hassan. So we'll do Muhammad Hassan first. Get him all squared away here. I don't remember him wearing a bandana. Am I wrong? And the bandana doesn't even fit on his head, so I don't know what's going on here. But did he wear that? I don't recall it, but maybe somebody can correct me. I do not remember that, that's for sure. There he is. An alright figure. No, that's just a piece of fuzz. An alright figure. I mean, it is what it is. It's his only figure. I think the only figure we'll ever get of him. I don't see us getting an elite anytime soon of this one, that's for sure. And probably same goes for Davari. I don't know when time will be for some of the Ruthless Aggression era to start getting elites. You know, it seems like a lot of the 90s stuff is kind of getting some flashbacks now. Obviously the 80s stuff. And even some of the old 70s guys. But when are some of the 90s guys? And will they ever? Will there ever be a clamoring for these two? The Gemini, Simon Dean, the Boogeyman. Well, I guess we did get a Boogeyman Elite back in the day. So I guess I threw that out the window. But there's some of those characters that I would love to see in Elite form one of these days. Let's get a Luther Reigns. That would be a great one. Let's get that done. Deuce and Domino. Come on. Where are we at? But here they are together. There's that Davari. The tie, like I said, I don't know. Just looks weird to me. I'd rather have the plastic molded on tie, the rubber tie. Your traditional suit figure, making him really look jacked. Got some cannonball shoulders there. He's been hitting the shrugs in the gym like a madman. It's obvious. Davari. So there is the Adrenaline 2-pack. There's two 2-packs. Some interesting characters. We'll grab the Gemini here. There's them. So we got the 4 of the biggest shelf warmers back in the day. At least in my area. These guys hung around for years. They were like old friends you'd wave to when you were walking the aisles at Toys R Us. Never going on clearance and always being there. So there's 4 of the peg warmers of the century. But must-haves in my Jakks collection. I want one of everybody and one of everything. And these guys count. So had to get them. And that's it for the video. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, that little bell, notification, whatever. But that's all I got for you. Until next time, we'll see you guys all real soon.